How's it going, everybody? This is Cheetahman91 with part 7 of my Blu-Ray collection, and yeah, sorry for not uploading in a while. Like I've just, I don't know. I just haven't really felt like it, to be honest. But it's okay. I'm back, and let's just get started. First off, from '76, we have this is the Tenet. This is a Roman Polanski film. This is the third film in his so-called apartment trilogy behind Repulsion and Rosemary's Baby. And basically, what this film's about is that this guy who gets this apartment in Paris finds out something bad happened to the previous tenant. Like she basically turned into a vegetable, or what is it called? Well, I guess it's called something else. I don't know what it's called now. Was it persistive vegetative state? So basically, a vegetable. But yeah, he gets the apartment, finds out about that, and some really weird shit happens to him. As far as this film, it's fine. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. Like, it's not as good as his other two apartment films, in my opinion. But if you like horror film, you'll probably get a lot more out of. If you're a horror film fan, you'll probably get a lot more out of this than I did. Right, and next on the agenda we have Assault on Precinct 13. This is a John Carpenter film from 1976. This is his second film, and really his breakthrough film critically. It didn't really do all that well in the US, but for some reason it did really well in the UK. Yeah, well, the critics loved it anyway. And of course, years later, the Americans, like everyone else, discovers like, hey, this is a damn good movie, which it is a damn good movie. Basically, what this film is about these people in this police station defending themselves from a gang. That's pretty much it. As it says here on the back of the case, it's sort of a cross between Night of the Living Dead and Rio Bravo, which I can definitely see the comparisons to Night of the Living Dead and Rio Bravo, but more Night of the Living Dead, to be honest with you. And yeah, it does it better in my opinion. Which that movie's not Living Dead, pretty overrated in my opinion, but we're not talking about that. Talk about this movie. This movie, yeah, like I said, this one's great. Like, it's very low budget, filmed like really on a shoestring budget. I think it was filmed for under $100,000. But yeah, Carpenter can do a lot with these like low budget movies like this. Halloween, They Live has a low budget. I mean, Escape from New York has a slightly higher budget, but I consider that a low budget film as well. I don't know, like everything just comes out well. It's got like very well filmed, like well shot. Like it looks like he uses a nicer film stock compared to other films of this era. Shot with anamorphic lens, which is very unusual for low budget films, like period. And yeah, just like I said, just a great action thriller from the era, one of the best. And I guess moving on, we have Obsession. This is a Brian De Palma film, and this is back whenever he was still doing the Alfred Hitchcock inspired stuff. This one was inspired by Vertigo. Basically, what this movie is about, it's about a guy who's loses his wife and daughter years ago, and he ends up going on vacation in France, and ends up finding a woman who looks like his wife, and that's sort of what the film's about. Yeah, this one's pretty good. It's got great music, great atmosphere and performances and whatnot. But I don't know, like, is it better or worse than Vertigo? It's debatable. Like, it doesn't really have the pacing issues that Vertigo has, but Vertigo is probably the better movie overall. I mean, let's be honest. I don't want to call it a ripoff. I'll call it a homage. I'll be nice. But it's a very well done homage. Like, De Palma films are usually good. Like if you know anything about him, a lot of his films are more style over substance, and I would definitely say that for this film. But still, it's still worth checking out if you're a fan of Hitchcock-inspired thrillers. And next up, from '77, we have Sorcerer by William Friedkin. I don't know how do you pronounce that guy's name. I don't know. But anyways, this is a remake. Oh, sorry, my hand. This is a remake of a French film, The Wages of Fear. And I'm just gonna say this right now, probably a hot take. I think this film's better, the remake, because yeah, it's not as long. The original one's like 2.5 hours. This one's only about 2 hours, and that really helps. Basically, what this film's about, it's about all these like people from around the world, basically, who end up getting stranded in South America, and they have to they basically want money so they can get out. And what they have to do is they have to drive this truck with nitroglycerin to this like oil refinery, I think. Unfortunately, though, the trucks they drive are pieces of shit, and like the roads are very dangerous. So they have to like be careful, because you know how nitroglycerin is. If it just moves a little bit, boom. So yeah, a good thriller. More suspenseful than the original in my opinion. Just better made. I don't know. Like, I would definitely recommend this one if you're looking for like old school thrillers. Well, not old school, but you know what I mean. Oh, here we have another old school thriller. This is 1977's Black Sunday. Yeah, this is basically about this these terrorists who plan on taking over this blimp and flying it and blowing up the Super Bowl. And basically, you have the other is this Israeli general and the CIA are trying to stop them. Yeah, this is another pretty good thriller. Really, what this one's probably most well known for is the lengthy climax at the end when they're trying to stop the blimp. But yeah, but this is still, besides that, this is still a pretty well made film. It's got a nice cast. You got as you can tell, it has Robert Shaw and Bruce Dern. Like I said, just a really well made thriller. Yeah, by John Frankenheimer, who's done some pretty good thrillers. You know, a good quality filmmaker. I think have we looked at the movie? Yeah, we have. What was it? 7 Days of May. So yeah, we already looked at a Frankenheimer film. And yeah, this is another good one. Like I say, if you want another like quality thriller, this is probably more of a political thriller too, because like one of the main antagonists is like Palestinian, so it's dealing with that. If you're into that sort of history, like you know what was going on in that era, like the whole Olympic stuff and whatnot, like the shootings in Munich or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty good, like political thriller. Anyways, moving on, we have 1977's Cross of Iron. This is a Sam Peckinpah film. And, oh man, what is this? Oh man, I don't even remember what this one's about. I know it's about Nazis. I think they're trying to like I don't know, trying to like cross somewhere. Let's just see what the description says. Yeah, they're on the Russian front. That's it. And they have to like do this shit or whatever. They have to like do a bunch of crap they don't want to do. It's basically like a more of an anti-war film. Plus, it's kind of interesting because it takes place from the perspective of the Nazis. Yeah, as far as this film, it's well made, but I don't know. Like as far as like Peckinpah films goes, like this is probably one of my least favorites. Maybe I just need to watch it again. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for a war movie, but like, I mean, I thought it was good, but I don't remember a ton about it, which that's not a great sign, to be honest with you. Oh, here's another like good but not great movie. This is 77's Rolling Thunder. Yeah, this is basically about a guy who, a Vietnam War vet who was stuck in a POW camp but comes home, and then he basically wins a bunch of money and then gets like stolen, and he ends up like, as you can tell, like losing his hand, and he's out for revenge. That's pretty much what this one's all about. This one's like a good revenge thriller, but yeah, I don't know. Like there's better ones out there. Yeah. Plus, the main protagonist is one of the guys from the movie Marathon Man, William Devane. That's like the only other movie I know him for. Yeah, it's a well-made film, pretty good for something by American International. Very studio known for their like low-budget exploitation films. But yeah, like it's well made. Like I don't know, just another film that I'd say is just good but not great. And moving right along from 78, we have Dawn of the Dead. Oh, great movie. Oh, my fucking disc like is messed up though. Like I tried watching it around Halloween, and like the disc, it just kept skipping in certain parts. I couldn't figure out why. I thought the disc had like something on it. I checked. Like I wiped it down. There weren't any fingerprints or scratches, but I don't know. Like the first time I watched this movie, the disc worked fine, but like the second time, just skips in certain spots. Like it's disappointing because this is a great film. This is the original, not the Snyder remake. This is the one where they're stuck in the mall having to escape from zombies. In my opinion, this is my favorite zombie movie. Like definitely worth watching, but man, I wish the disc just worked. I gotta figure out what's wrong with that. Who knows? Maybe if I watch it again, it'll be fixed. But just disappointing. The damn disc doesn't want to cooperate. And here we have a thick case from 1979. This is Drunken Master. Yeah, the Jackie Chan film. Anyways, yeah, the plot of this film is that Jackie Chan's character is kind of a piece of shit. So his parents take him to be trained by some old guy. And that's basically all the movie is him getting trained by some old guy. This is more of a kung fu comedy, and yeah, I really like this one. It's got some nice kung fu work and comedy and whatnot. Nice mixture of both. Jackie Chan's like good at that stuff though, like doing all this crazy stunts and whatnot. I guess it doesn't feature any insane stunts, something like say police story. I mean, he's not like clinging onto like the backs of buses or anything, but he's doing some pretty impressive stuff in this. I don't know. This is from '78. My bad. But regardless, this is a great kung fu movie. One of the better ones I've seen in my opinion. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, like you should definitely check it out. And next up from 1979, we have our first animated film. Ooh, so, oh, technically anime. Well, anime, animated, same difference. This is yeah, this is Lupin the Third, the Castle of Cagliostro. Yep, this is my Blu-ray. It has and obviously being an anime Blu-ray, it has different language options. I think you can watch it in Japanese and subtitles, which is what I do, or you can choose between a couple of different dubs. And what does I have to say about this movie? Probably like I'm not really that big of an anime fan, but this has got to be one of my favorites. You know, just gets everything right. You know, it's just a very fun watch. Like, basically the plot is that Lupin goes to this kingdom and has to rescue a princess. So, yeah, pretty basic plot, but I don't know. I like the characters. I like the action. I like the really dated 70s soundtrack. Yeah, the animation could be better, but it is the 70s, so I can give it a pass on that. I don't know. This one just clicked for me. Like, everything just comes together. Just a great watch. Something I love. Just something I could rewatch over and over again. So, yeah. If you haven't seen this movie, like Lupin the Third, like, definitely check it out. Like, yeah. I guess we'll just leave it at that. And next up from, we're at the 80s now, starting with Flash Gordon, based off the comic strip of the same name. This one came out obviously after the success of Star Wars, you know, and all these like film companies were trying to like get a piece of the action or whatever. You know, Universal tried to do the same thing with Buck Rogers, and they also did it with this movie. Anyways, I like this movie. You know, it's great stuff. You know, it's not for everyone. Unlike Star Wars, this is extremely campy. Like, it's got like these, like everyone wears these, like, ridiculous costumes. You have, like, this ridiculous, like, you also have, like, this Queen soundtrack, which honestly kind of stands out in my opinion. Well, it's also got instrumental stuff. I don't know. Basically, the plot of this film is that Flash Gordon is taken into space by this professor, don't remember his name, and journalist Dale Arden, and they're basically stuck wherever oh god, what's this guy's? God damn it, what's this guy's fucking? I can't believe I remember his name. Is it MODOK? Fuck, what's this fucking name? Zarkov. Oh yeah, Emperor Ming. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, Zarkov's the name of the scientist. I can't believe I'm gonna look at this shit. Embarrassing, dude. Like, fuck me, man. Like, anyways, yeah, I have to stop Emperor Ming from destroying the Earth just because he wants to. I don't know. I really enjoyed this one, but you know, I'm a huge sci-fi fan, so I don't know. I'm probably just biased. Like, I could see why people wouldn't like this one. Maybe too campy for their liking, but I don't know. I was feeling it, man. Like, it's a great watch. It's a pretty fun movie. And I guess last but not least, we have An American Werewolf in London. Yeah, another horror film. This is this is the one about the backpackers in London. One of them gets bitten by a werewolf, and yeah, he just turns into a werewolf. Like, my biggest complaint about this movie is it takes too long for the guy to actually turn to the friggin' werewolf, man. Like, I don't know, it's such a slow drag. Like, it doesn't turn to a werewolf until it feels like the movie's way later. I don't know. Or whenever you see him turn to the werewolf. I think it's like hinted at, but I don't know. Like, come on, it's like a werewolf movie. Like, where the hell's the werewolf at, man? I don't know. Other than that, though, I thought this was a good movie, but, it's overrated. I'll say that. I'll just say it. I don't care to say it. But anyways, that's about it for this part, and I'll see y'all next time.